that good?
Who knows?
Hey all you cool cats and kittens.
We're definitely not starting like that. But that wasn't even funny.
Hi, I'm Jennica.
I'm Annica.
And today we're finally filming our #1 most requested video of all time. How I found out I was pregnant. And if you don't know who we are, I am Annica's mom.
I got that MILF money.
And I had her when I was 14. I found out I was pregnant in March of my 8th grade year, and it is currently April of her 8th grade year. So,
it's been a bit triggering for me.
Yeah, there's just some things that she'll just yell at me because she's just scared, but like,
why?
and whose fault is it?
I've
Okay.
never denied that it wasn't my fault.
Okay, but I shouldn't be taken out on me.
But it is taken out on you because
but it shouldn't.
you're here because of it.
I know, but it should. I didn't.
That's not what we're
ask
talking
it.
about right now. What we're talking about is I'm going to go through step by step and tell the story of the night I found out I was pregnant. I've never told Annica just because I did feel like she was a little young to hear all of it. Now, I mean, I was literally this exact age when I found out, so if I could have gone through it, you know, she can too. So I remember it like it was yesterday. It's truly a day that I'll never
affected
forget.
your life forever.
It really did affect my life for the rest of my life. But it was a Monday or Tuesday night. We had just had a meeting at our school for an 8th grade trip that was coming up that I was going on. So we had come home. It was kind of late, and my stepdad was at work still, and my mom was at home. It started out, I guess, I don't even know how to even tell this story.
Just tell it how
Okay,
it
so
was.
Annica's dad and I started dating in the end of my 7th grade year. So it had been almost a year at this point. You know.
No, we're not gonna. We're
You
not
obviously-
here talking about
I'm not
that.
talking about it.
Yes, you are.
But that's, well, that
Choose
had to
that.
happen.
Okay,
So obviously someone so skilled.
Okay. So, we had been dating for a really long time. And, you know, once a young
we're
couple...
skipping this.
I'm not,
part.
that's not what I'm even talking about. Once a young, like, middle school couple is dating for so long, then fellow middle schoolers start rumors and just start talking about that couple. You know, it probably happened with you this year.
No, not really.
Nobody started talking about what couples were doing?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe it was just me. There was a girl that had kind of started spreading a rumor that I was pregnant. Some of my friends even told me, and I was like, that's the craziest thing. You guys know I've never even had sex. Like, I've told my friends that.
I don't even.
I'll try to limit to the times that I say that word this time.
We're gonna limit it to 1. Okay, and you already used it. So it's over.
If I lived it, you can watch the...
I lived it too.
Yeah, you don't remember that. That's what I'm telling you. This girl started a rumor about me that I was pregnant, and I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Obviously, I'm not pregnant. That doesn't, no. Genuinely in my head, obviously had been doing the thing that can lead to pregnancy, but I was just like, we took all the right precautions not to get pregnant. I'm not pregnant. There's no way. And plus, I'm a good kid. It's not gonna happen to me. That was my young, obviously very immature, didn't have any brain cells yet. So the rumor was circulating for like a couple weeks. And some of my, like I said, my friends were literally coming up to me like, I heard you're pregnant. And I was like, sis. My sister was 11 at the time. And she got off the bus this like Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it was, and went to my mom and was like, Mom, I heard the craziest thing today. I heard that Jennica was pregnant. And my mom was like, yeah, that is crazy. Unless. My mom knows that she's been buying tampons. Like, she's not seen any symptoms of me. I've not thrown up or anything like that. But my mom knew that I had been dating this guy for a while and just wanted to ask. After we got home from that meeting, she had a pregnancy test and she was like, hey, would you be willing to take a pregnancy test. And I was like, obviously I would. Mom, are you crazy? Mom was like, okay, that's fine, just go take this. And I was like, cool, I'll see you in 5 seconds. So I go take the test, and I like very confidently sit it down, like, this is such a waste of everybody's time. What's going on? I sit it down, and I like call one of my friends. I'm on the phone, and I hear like 5 minutes later, I hear just this. And I was like, what are the chances of that test being wrong? Like, that's so crazy. So I go in there and I'm like, yes.
And she's like, my mom's like, why does this say positive?
And I was like, well, it's obviously wrong. Like, we need to get another, like, that's obviously wrong. I'm not pregnant. And she was like, just panic mode. And then, so she calls my stepdad. And at this time, my sister told my mom this rumor that was going around about me because she is 11. She, like, it's not even a realm of possibilities in her mind for her 8th grade sister to be with child. She almost told my mom it was like a joke.
What do you
And my
think
mom
happened if you didn't, like, if Marley wouldn't have said anything?
Oh, you would have plopped out in, like, the toilet or something. I don't even know.
That's great, but, like, could you not, like, see
I don't
that
know.
there was, like, a...
No. I didn't show,
like a...
We'll get there. I'm still like, Mom, this is crazy. I'm obviously not pregnant. This is wrong. So she calls my stepdad. He leaves work and picks up another pregnancy test, probably a couple. And I'm like chugging water because I'm like, I'm about to prove all y'all wrong. I am not pregnant. I take another test and we wait however long. And I'm like, what are the chances of us having 2 wrong pregnancy tests? This is crazy. And my mom's like, honestly, shut the fuck up. You're lying. Obviously, you're pregnant. Let me figure this out. This is like 8 o'clock on a school night. I not only have my 11-year-old sister in the house, but my 5-year-old brother also. It's, you know, we're all chaotic. They get sent to their rooms, and then my pediatric doctor lived across the street. So my mom was like, wait right here. Let me just go get him. So Mom runs across the street, and I'm sitting there like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I'm obviously not pregnant. Everyone's overreacting. So my mom walks across the street, and she gets the doctor. He comes back over. We are like laying on the carpet of my floor, and he's kind of like just like pressing on my stomach, and he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm sorry. He's like, all right, maybe it's a pregnancy in the tubes. Like, what's going on? And I'm like,
I've not had sex.
I'm telling the doctor even, I'm like, look, I have not done that. Like, I've not participated in that activity. Like, this is crazy. There's no way I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant.
You're such a liar.
I wasn't even lying. I was just genuinely.
Yes, you were. How were you not lying?
Okay, I was lying to my mom because my mom is.
You're lying to everyone.
Okay, I was lying to everyone. My mom was one of those tiny little, like, Southern Christian women that if she even knew that I like kissed a boy for too long, she would like put me in a blender.
Make out?
Or whatever. She would like chop me up, put me in a blender, and like have me for breakfast, and that would be the end of Jennica as we know her. And my mom had drilled into my brain like, do not touch boys ever. And I was like, cool, I see you, we see each other.
I see you. We good. Okay. We good. I see. We see each other. We see each other. We good.
No,
and
you didn't. Obviously, you had on like shades or something.
Well, I just forgot.
Like a blindfold or.
Well, you know.
Anyway.
I'm like, everyone, hello, I am not pregnant. There's no child inside of me. It's just me. We're good.
Hold on, wait.
I'm like, there is no child in me. We are good. It's just
How
me.
y'all doing?
She got up and went and got glasses just to do that bit.
Continue.
So y'all comment and let her know if that was worth it.
It was.
In the midst of all this, my stepdad like leaves and goes to her dad's house to like let them in on what's going on. And back at my house, the doctor's still like pressed on my stomach. He's like, okay, I'm gonna order an ultrasound.
Yeah.
Order for an ultrasound, head to the hospital, figure out what's going on. Obviously, we live in a town that was like this small. It would just be like the front page of the local news if people started finding out before we even knew what was happening. My mom called one of her friends that she worked with and was like, look, family emergency, will you please meet me at the hospital? I've got an order for an ultrasound. Just meet me at the hospital. So we all meet at the hospital, and I at this point am just like, obviously all the adults that had functioning brains at this point realized that yes, I had done that, and yes, there is a baby inside of me. At this point, it's still not really sinking in with me. I have, by no means do I have like an attitude. I'm really just like genuinely like scared. I'm the type of person that didn't want to like not do what my mom said. At this point in my life, I was very like obedient. I was a very good kid. I was a very good student, and I was like, just knew that my mom had told me not to, and I wasn't going to admit to her that I did. So
it's not like you didn't want to disobey her. You just didn't want to know her to know that you disobeyed her.
pretty much.
So it doesn't. That's still okay.
I know. I was an asshole. I made a mistake. You're not a mistake. I'm sorry, Mom.
Get your hands off me.
We're on the way to the hospital. At this point, it's starting to like haze over. So I'm like, everybody's really freaking out. Like, should I be taking this more serious? At this point, I really genuinely, like, I knew that I had done that, but I still did not think there was a possible way in the world that I could be pregnant. As we're driving to the hospital, it's just obviously becoming a little bit more real. I get checked in the hospital. The band goes on my arm, and I'm like,
Snapchat.
there was not Snapchat at that point. And I was like, something seems fishy. Either something's up. And I was like, still not convinced to myself that I had a baby inside of me.
If you say baby inside of you one more time.
We get to the hospital. My mom's family friend is meeting us there. I lay down on this, table thing. I get this like weird jelly put on my stomach. At this point, have just totally blacked out. Like I can't even like really see. I remember like laying down and looking up at the ceiling, and that's all that I really remember about this because I genuinely like disconnected. Then the lady looked at me again and was like, when's the last time you've had a period? I like could hear her talking, but I had no idea what she was like. I couldn't formulate words. Like this is what now when people are like, I'm speechless, I'm like, no, you was not. It felt like such an out of body experience. So she takes the little thing and we're not expecting. My mom's maybe expecting a little like tadpole because she knows she just bought tampons 2 weeks ago. So she like lays the thing like this, and there's a full grown baby. Just like, what's up, y'all? Let's get the show on the road. Annica literally had already like all 5 fingers, 5 toes, the head full of hair. She was like literally almost fully grown.
Yeah, I was born 3 months later.
Not even. They do these measurements because obviously then we're like, I don't even know how far along I am. I don't know when this happened. I don't know what's going on. I'm 6 months along. I'm still like in la la land, not even knowing what's going on. The woman looked at my mom and was like, do you guys want to know the sex? And that doesn't count because that's
no,
like, okay. Do you guys want to know the sex? And my mom said yes. It's so strange. I still like was in this weird like haze, whatever was going on with me. And as soon as she said it's a girl, it's literally like like life like jumped back into me.
I was already in you.
I don't know, like.
But it's literally like it like took my breath away, and I like realized what was happening, and I was like, there's a little girl. At some point, a guy that I went to school with, his dad walks in the room because it's literally like at this point it's like 10:30, 11 at night. Nobody's even supposed to be in that room that I was getting the ultrasound done in, and this guy that I went to school with, his dad walks in, and my mom just picks up a book that was sitting there and putting chunks in at the door. And he was like, we drive back home, and I was just, I don't remember anything after, like I don't remember getting home. I remember laying down in bed and being like, I definitely had some form of like denial because like were there symptoms that I just like didn't even realize I was having because I didn't think about being pregnant, you know what I mean? And then I had her 2.5 months later.
I'm not going to tell about when you had me.
Yeah, should that be a part 2?
I don't think so.
Okay. The best part of the whole entire pregnancy was the day that I had Annica. That was really...
And this is more of a funny. This one's not serious.
Yeah, that's the serious moment's over. I got to finish my school year out. I didn't have to miss any school. June comes around. I still really never showed. I also had my period the whole pregnancy. Okay, so it is Saturday, June 17th. It is my sister's birthday. The next day, Sunday, was Father's Day. And then the 20th was my grandfather's birthday. So we just had like a big summer extravaganza.
Woohoo! Big summer blowout.
Cookout, whatever, celebrating like all three of those things. And at this point I was pretty pregnant, but I still wasn't due for like 3 more weeks. My sister had cupcakes for her birthday, and I was eating so many cupcakes to the point where my mom came up to me and was like,
Jennica, if you eat one more fucking cupcake, you're like, you're gonna be gone.
so I got my brother, my baby little angel baby brother, to act like he was getting a cupcake, then sneak it to me, and then I would take it to the bathroom, eat it, wrap it in toilet paper, and just put it in the trash.
I was like, I have to have all these cupcakes.
I ate like 100 cupcakes, and I also was at the point in my pregnancy where I was like walking every day to try to, I wanted to like naturally early induce because I wanted to be able to have as much time with her as possible before I started high school in August. I was also putting a little bit of castor oil in my orange, like in a cup of orange juice at night, and downing it just to help naturally do that because I read that somewhere too. Well, this night I was like, this has been fun. I'm kind of over it. I couldn't sleep on my back because it felt like everything was getting crushed. I couldn't sleep on my side because it felt like she was like going to fall off out of me. And obviously I can't sleep I was just like very uncomfortable. It was hot. It was the middle of the summer and I was miserable. I like looked at the castor oil that night, looked at my orange juice, looked at the castor oil, and was like, I didn't even know what it did, but I just knew that I was only supposed to do a little of it, and I was like, maybe if I do a lot. I downed that orange juice, if you can even call it that, it was more just oil, and go to sleep. I had one of those little purple American Girl doll clocks that lit up the time on the ceiling too. It was so cool. I was like ahead of my time.
That just shows how old you were, okay?
I remember like kind of waking up with like some stomach pain, and I looked up and it was like 3 something. And I was like, I'm not getting up. Like, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Kind of drift back off, and the stomach pains hit again. So I was like, well, guess those cupcakes are kicking in. So I go upstairs, go to the bathroom, just pee, come back downstairs, try to go back to sleep. Wake up again, and I'm like, let me go try again. Go try to use the bathroom, nothing, go back downstairs, try to doze back off, and then pains again. And I was like, these are like 3 to 5 minutes apart. It's kind of a sharp pain in my stomach. I think it's happening. I think it's time. And of course we had my like hospital bag packed ready to go. I go upstairs to tell my mom, and I'm like, hey mom, like, I think we need to go to the hospital. And she's like, you probably ate too many cupcakes. Like, go use the bathroom. And I was like, I've already been to the bathroom 3 times. Like, it's not the cupcakes, it's the baby. And she's like, oh my God. So the plan was we had a birth plan. So we grabbed the bag. The plan was my sister was coming with us every step of the way so that she would never even like look at a boy. And my grandmother was going to come with us so she could get me checked into the hospital. My mom wouldn't have to leave me to check me into the hospital. We wake my sister up. She like doesn't even know what she was just her birthday. Like, she's exhausted. She gets up, gets in the car, and she's like asleep. I get in the front seat. My mom is driving, and we take off to my grandmother's house. We live on like a 1st Street, and my grandmother lived on 7th Street. So we just had to go like 7 streets over to grab her. So my mom calls her.
This is our favorite part.
My mom calls her, and she's like, hey, it's happening. Like, we're on our way to get you. So we're on the way to my grandmother's house, and my mom's like, I've never gotten to use my caution lights. So she puts her caution lights on, and she's like,
Caution lights, caution lights.
it is 3:30 a.m. There is not a car on the road because we live in a town where everything shuts at like 7 p.m. So there's not a car on the road, but she still's like so excited about her caution lights. We get to my grandmother's neighborhood. Mom's like, caution lights, singing a little song. And my grandmother's driveway is kind of long. It's just kind of curvy. But she lives in a cul-de-sac. So my mom just like pulls around the cul-de-sac. Being the child that I was like, oh, my grandmother needs to sit in the front. Like, so I get out and get in the back seat. And I remember when I was out hearing my grandmother's like door closing, so I knew she was coming. So I sat there, I looked over, my sister's asleep, my mom's singing about caution lights, and I looked down the driveway and I'm like, like, it's dark, but She did not. She just was carrying a bunch of stuff and just had no top, no bra. So she comes in, she just runs. She gets in the front seat and she's like, "How are you feeling?" And I'm like, and my mom's like, "Mom, look, I'm getting to use my caution lights." She's like, honey, how are you feeling, Jennica? And I'm like, where is your shirt? And she was like, oh, it's the funniest story. She's like out of breath. She's like, it's the funniest story. Obviously, I was in my pajamas. And I knew where everything was, but I couldn't find a thing. And I was like, okay. But did you find it? And she's like, oh yeah, I got it in my purse. My grandmother used to have this purse that was literally like the Hermione Granger's bag that like you put your hand in and it just disappeared and you could bring out like a crock pot. I don't even know. So she's like putting a bra on, putting a shirt. My mom's like,
Caution lights, caution lights.
and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? We get to the hospital and I'm like, okay, 2 of my best friends, like moms, work here. Please let it be neither one of them that have to put their fingers in my we'll be good. Well, of course we get there and it is one of my best friend's moms. And I'm like, okay, we're good, we're good. We go in, they check me. I was only dilated to like 1 and I was only 80% thin. So they were like, you're good, like you're not like gonna have her within the next 5 minutes. And I was like, cool, well in that case, I'm gonna wait to call people. It's 4 a.m. Nobody needs to rush over here now. I'm just gonna wait. Finally got back to sleep and at like 6:30 I was like, okay, I'm tired of waiting, like I wanna start calling people. At 6:30, my first phone call was to Annica's dad. I call my family in Nashville. They start heading down. Still is not like super crazy yet. I'm not like dilated past anything. So everybody kind of comes and visits before church. I was gonna have an epidural if I needed it. If I could make it the whole way, cool. If I didn't, cool. It was getting to the point where I kind of needed an epidural. So I was like, all right, let's do this thing. So I get an epidural and still the plan is my sister is gonna be along with everything. And the plan for when I was actually having Annica, her dad was going to be kind of up by my head. My mom was going to be at my one leg. His mom was going to be at the other leg. And then my sister was going to kind of be videoing. Gets time to where I am like just in a ton of pain. And I'm starting to really get close. And that was the first time. I could never, those like 3 months that I knew I was pregnant, I never could say I'm pregnant. Like I would only say I'm having a baby or I'm gonna have a baby. I think that I was just so focused in such a short amount of time on being pregnant that I never really realized that I wasn't gonna be pregnant forever. Like there was a baby that was involved in this. Just like my mind was so immature. I remember looking at my mom and being like, I'm about to have a baby. And she was like, that's what I've been trying to tell you. And I was like, it's to like 6 p.m. and it is go time. It's ready. We're ready to start pushing.
It's ready?
I said, we're ready.
No, you said, it's ready, we're ready.
It's ready. We're ready. We're ready to start pushing. I throw my legs up in the thing. I start pushing for a little bit and it was just like, I was literally exhausted after 5 seconds. My sister is supposed to be bidding. As soon as my legs go up, she starts screaming. And so my nurses were like, okay. Let's get her over here to this little section. This is where the baby's brought, like right when it comes out, so we can get like weighed and cleaned. You just stay here with your camcorder and as soon as this baby comes out, you can take pictures here. So she's like, cool, good. And she looks up and there's a perfect reflection like above the little mirror over, there's a sink. And it just was a straight shot into the... And she starts screaming bloody murder again, crying like she can't handle it. So she gets escorted out. So 1 down, gone. You can only push while you're having a contraction. So I'd have a contraction, I'd push, her like the top of her little head would show, the contraction would stop, I'd have to stop pushing and she'd just like slurp back up in there. And I'm like... So I did that for like 25 minutes and finally I was like, F this, I have got to have this baby right now. Also, it was Father's Day, so my doctor that I had been seeing was like on an island with his family celebrating Father's Day, so it wasn't even like the doctor that I was used to. I keep pushing, it's just not happening, and finally I'm like, I'm doing this my way, I'm not going to stop pushing. At that time where I realized I'm about to just like crank this out and go, I look over, and my mom is the color of this wall. Like, she is like white. She did not realize that she has been holding her breath and like pushing with me. So she faints. My mom works at the hospital, so all my nurses like went to go help her, and they like laid her on the little recliner thing. Annica's other grandmother came and to like help my mom. So grandmothers are gone. So that's 3, 4, 5. Who knows? Then she comes out. We hear her cry. Annica's dad had like one of the little hospital barf trays just in case. He did very well until the cord cutting time came, and that got the best of him. So that took one nurse and him over to take care of their business. And when when Annica was handed to me, it was just me in this room. I started with a room of people, and then it was just me. Just like this. And oh my gosh, I like thought that she would just have like really, really straight black hair with big black eyes.
Blue ocean eyes.
She came out and she had the, like, her eyes were already like aqua blue, and they just like were quarter size. Like her eyes took up like her whole face, I felt like, and she was just like so pretty, and her hair was so curly. Yeah. Her hair was like squiggle curls matted down to her head, and I was just like in absolute shock and awe. It didn't matter how many people were like in that room or even around me. Like it was a moment that like there was just a bubble of me and her around, and I was just like, Annica. I just like
she'd be like, Annica.
I kept saying her name, and I was like already picking shit out of her like eyes and nose and like fixing her, and you know.
Fixing her?
You know, just being like, let's get this goo off you.
So you were in labor for like exactly 12 hours.
14 hours.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I say all this to say, don't touch boys. Don't look at boys. Don't be around boys.
And that's it.
Anyway, I got knocked up. I had this.
Oh my god, you can't say that!
Here we are, 14 years later. Like, could you even imagine?
No.
It's all. Yeah, don't. Don't.
You said.
Don't. I take it back. Do you have anything you need to say?
Do you want me to apologize for something right now?
You can say some inspirational words.
It just depends on the person, really. Because, like, one of the most annoying things to me is, like, should we, like...
Are you saying you're annoying things about me?
Yes.
I don't... Where did this come from?
One of the down...
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
One of the, like, downfalls of having a young, like, in the loop
cute mom.
In the loop mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, you literally use Tana Mojo sayings. Like, that's weird.
I can't help it that I'm relevant. So let's not get dizzy here.
See? Like,
you're dizzy. You need to chill.
You're dizzy.
Okay, do you have anything, like, you can't just, like, give me a compliment sandwich or something. Now say something positive.
What?
Compliment sandwich. If you, like, you have something bad to say, you're supposed to say 2 good things to sandwich it. So you owe me 2 good things now. If you ever get to use your caution lights, I'm
just kick it
so
in high
proud.
gear.
Just put those bad boys on and
Just be like,
let it fly, and just be like,
Caution lights.
I hope everyone is staying socially distant from other, washing your hands, taking this serious, because the sooner that we all take it serious, the sooner. Okay, definitely don't be around people that are going to do that. Okay, have a great week. We love
I'd
ya.
rather just do that. Restart. I haven't done.
No.
Restart.
Oh my god, look at my lash coming in. How Okay, we gotta go. Wow, look cute.
Let me do it.
Hi. That was stupid.
Yeah. No, you can't say anything about it.
You look like an orangutan.
You can't put that in.